Hi, Assalamualaikum and good day to everyone. My name is Umi Amira. In this video, I will demonstrate my final assessment tool for distributed application development. First and foremost, let's see the application first. This is the main page for the application that I have developed, which is called MapWallet App Prototype. Here, there are two menus, which is customer login and customer registration. Let's go straight to the registration. In this page, it will display a registration form for the visitor to fill in their information. Let's fill in the form first. To be able to register, there is one condition, which is the visitor must not register yet. Let's try to enter a username that already exists in the database, which is Azhar, and click on register button. Here, it will display a message to indicate that the username already exists. So let's go back to enter another username, which is Umi Amira. Now the registration is success. To prove this, let's check the database in customer table. As you can see, this is the information that has been created with username Umi Amira. Along with this message, it will ask user to log into the system. So let's click on this link to go back to the login page. In this page, it will display a login form for the customer to fill in. When we click on the login button, the system will validate the login information that we entered here. First, let's try to enter an invalid login information. Then it will display a message to indicate that the login credential is invalid. Let's go back to the login page by clicking this link. Now let's enter the correct username and password that we registered just now. If the validation is success, it will create a session for the customer, which is Umi Amira, and it will display the home page with a list of products. Here at the top of the page, there is a few information such as customer name, MapWallet balance. By default, it will be 0 for the new customer, and the order card with the quantity and the logout link. Now let's place an order by selecting a product from the list. And then it will display the selected product details. Here we need to specify the quantity that we want and click on this button to add the product to the order card, or click cancel to go back to the home page. So let's specify the quantity and click on the add to cart button. And then the product is added to the cart. As you can see here, the order card quantity has been changed. Let's try to select one more product. Alright, now let's see the details of our order card by clicking this link. In this page, it will display a list of selected product details, including quantity and price per unit. Also, it will display the total quantity, the total amount before tax, the amount of service tax, and the total amount after tax. This is the amount that we need to pay to submit the order. Here, it will display the customer address and their MapWallet balance and status. Since our MapWallet balance is not enough to pay for the amount, it will display insufficient balance here, and customer is not able to proceed with the payment. However, customer can choose either to reload their MapWallet or cancel the order. If customer cancel the order, it will clear the order card and show a message to indicate that the order has been cancelled. Then they can go back to the home page by clicking this link. As you can see, the order card has been cleared. So let's select the product again and go to the order card. Now let's try to reload our MapWallet. Here, it will display the current MapWallet balance and a form that the customer needs to fill in. Let's fill in the form first. For your information, there are two conditions for the web server to validate the reload request, which is valid account number and sufficient amount. Let's try to enter an invalid account number first and click on the reload button. Then it will display the reload status page with a few information such as the date and time, the status, message, and the reload amount. Since we entered an invalid account number, the message here will indicate invalid account number, and the MapWallet balance will remain unchanged. Now let's enter the correct account number with insufficient amount. Before that, let's see the balance in the account first. As we can see here, there are 250 ringgit in the account, so let's try to enter a bigger amount such as 500. Then it will display a message which is insufficient account balance, and the MapWallet balance will remain unchanged. Finally, let's enter a sufficient amount, for example 100. Now our reload request is success and the Mac wallet balance has been updated. Let's see the bank database. The account balance should be deducted by 100. Every transaction using web service will be recorded in the transaction table. This is the reload that we request just now with amount of 100. Now let's go back to the home page by clicking this link. Finally, we can pay for our order since our Mac wallet balance is enough. Click on confirm and pay button. After the payment has been made, it will display a message to indicate that our payment is successfully processed and our order is currently being prepared. In this invoice, it will display a few information, which is the order date and time, the order ID for the customer reference, the product details, the payment details, and the customer details. To prove this, let's see the database. First, let's see the order table. This is the order that we submit just now with order ID 2. Now let's see the order product table. Here, it will save all selected product details. Lastly, let's see the customer table. Here, it will update the Mac wallet balance attribute. The balance will be displayed here at the bottom of the page. Let's click this link to go back to the home page. After the order has been submitted, the order session will be cleared and the order card will return to 0. Lastly, let's try to log out from the application by clicking this link. When we click on the logout link, the system will clear all sessions. So if we go back to the home page, it will display an error message to indicate that the session is timed out. So we need to go back to the main menu. That's all for the Mac wallet application demonstration. Now let's see the demonstration for the bank web service using Postman. Here we are using post method since we use JSON to send our request to the web service. We need to specify two information, which is amount and the account number. Now let's try to process the request. The web service will return a response in JSON format with additional information such as status, message, and date and time. The status here is true since our reload request is success. Now let's see the response if we specify an invalid account number. The return response here is similar as before except for the status and message. The status is false since our reload request is not success, and the message will simply indicate the reason of the failure, either it is invalid account number or insufficient account balance. That's all for the bank web service demonstration using Postman. Thank you for watching.